Hello everyone, this is Sixmix, and today I'm bringing you a new Minecraft video. In this one, I will be showcasing the Mo Creatures Nostalgia Edition mod for Minecraft 1.20.1, developed by Dr. Zark, hopefully I pronounced that right. This mod adds dozens of new animals to roam the world. Some are passive farm animals, some hostile, and some are mythical creatures. There's a lot to cover, so let's get this started. Starting off with the passive mobs, the first one we'll look at is the ant. These guys are very small and weak, only taking a few punches to kill. What makes them interesting is that they actually interact with dropped items. So if I were, say, to drop a log, the ants wouldn't care, but if I dropped a cookie or two, they'll actually rush over and pick it up. And as you can see with this one, they can pick up multiple of the same item at a time. To retrieve your item, simply walk up to the ant, or, if you don't feel like that, you can just kill it, and they will drop whatever they're holding. Birds are small creatures that, as you would imagine, fly around. They come in different colors and make chirping noises. More than any other mob in Mo Creatures, the birds are mainly here for ambiance. If you drop seeds, the birds will go over to them and try to eat them. And if you right-click on said bird with seeds, you can actually tame them. When taming an animal in Mo Creatures, you just need to type their name into this screen, and they'll be tamed. So with a click of the right mouse key, I can pick up the bird and it'll be on my head. And by doing that, I'm able to glide, which will prevent fall damage. Bunnies are shy animals that you can tame simply by right-clicking on one. They don't do anything, but you can breed them with golden carrots. Butterflies are very simple flying mobs. They have very small hitboxes, so it can take a little bit to kill one just because of how difficult it is to land a hit on them. Flies, dragonflies, fireflies, and roaches all behave in a similar manner. Imagine if those bugs were this size in real life. That would be pretty awesome. Crickets come in a few different colors, partly dependent on the biome. At night, they can be heard chirping. Adds a great deal to the ambiance in the game. Deer are animals whose behavior is quite similar to that of cows and pigs. They come in male and female variations and run away from the player when close. Even though they're pretty simple, I like them because they feel like animals that could easily exist in vanilla Minecraft, and they don't look at all out of place in the world. Ducks are pretty much the same as chickens from vanilla Minecraft, just with a different texture and slightly different sounds. As with chickens, they won't take fall damage if they're knocked down from a height. Okay, so these guys are a bit of a strange case. The filch lizards originated not from Mo Creatures, but from the Primitive Mobs mod. I couldn't find any information as to why it's included in Mo Creatures Nostalgia Edition, but I may as well cover it. These guys spawn with items in their hands, and if you chase them down, you can steal it from them. Just a simple punch is all it will take, and I can grab this gold ingot. The mod adds tons of new fish into the game, which includes smaller fish like the anchovy and angler, as well as larger fish like salmon and cod. Speaking of which, it should be noted that Mo Creatures actually introduced salmon and cod into Minecraft years before they existed in the base game. They're all passive, except for piranhas, which will attack as soon as you get into the water. Oh no, here they come. You can tame these fish with a fishing net, which is crafted with string and shark teeth. You can tame the different fish using a fishing net, which is crafted with shark teeth and string. Once you release it, the fish will be yours, and you're free to rename it and do whatever you want with it, and it won't despawn. I'm not sure if it's a bug, but with piranhas, Even after taming them, they still appear to be hostile. Ow, see? Bad boy. Grasshoppers are similar to the filch lizards in that I don't really know why they're here. They don't seem to be part of the original Mo Creatures mod, as I can't find any information on them on the wiki. Either way, they're pretty cool aesthetic mobs. Horses are, perhaps, what Mo Creatures is best known for. This mod's rendition of them was so well regarded that when horses were introduced into vanilla Minecraft in 2013, the model they used was taken directly from Mo Creatures. There are many variations that spawn based on biome. Their behavior is similar to that of a regular Minecraft horse in that you can speed up the process of taming with wheat, but you eventually need to try and ride them where they'll try to kick you off. In this case, though, you'll need to put on the saddle first. You can use a regular Minecraft saddle or craft one, or craft one yourself in this mod. You can immediately tame the horse by giving it an apple. While their speed and health are quite similar, unlike regular Minecraft horses, you don't need to hold down the spacebar to charge up a jump. Just a single press will let them jump as high as you need. Using the whip item, you can slightly increase the horse's movement speed. Breeding these guys is a bit more complex. Instead of just giving them a simple item, you'll need to make sure that they're close together and that there are no other horses in the immediate area. Then, feed them their proper food. This can be carved pumpkins, mushroom stew, or cake, though I prefer to use carved pumpkins since they can stack and are a lot easier to get. Then just feed one to each horse, and you'll see the heart particles. Wait a minute or so, and eventually a baby will be born. To speed up a baby horse's aging process, all you need to do is feed it. Through breeding, you can get all sorts of different variations. In order to get some of the more special horse types, you need to continue to breed your horses until you have what's known as a Tier 4 horse, such as this one. More detailed information can be found on the wiki. So, once you have your Tier 4 horse, you want to locate a zebra, which are naturally found in savanna biomes. Normally, these guys can't be tamed, as they'll try to run away, but if you're on a Tier 4 horse, you can go up to the zebra, feed it an apple or some other food, then tame it. Breed a zebra with one of the other horses, and you'll eventually get a zorse. These are the really important ones. There are a few different essences that you can get through crafting, the first of which is the Essence of the Undead. Using it on a horse will turn it into a zombie horse, but that's not all. As per the wiki, its flesh will slowly rot, gradually becoming a skeleton. That's an incredibly cool concept. Seems like it's a pretty slow process though, so you'd have to wait a hot minute for it to become a skeleton. Giving an Essence of Darkness to a Zorse will transform it into a bat horse, which, as you can probably guess, has the ability to fly. You can press the Z key on your keyboard to fly downwards, rather than waiting for it to hover to the ground. Giving an Essence of Fire to a Zorse will turn it into a Nightmare, which is fireproof, and it should create a fire trail when the whip is used on it, though it doesn't appear that that is the case in this version of the mod. There are some fire particles, but they don't seem to affect anything else. If you give the Nightmare an Essence of Light, it will turn into a unicorn. What's cool about these guys is that they can charge into mobs, doing a decent amount of damage. If you give a bat horse an Essence of Light above Y level 50, you will see it turn into a Pegasus. The Pegasus is a bit faster than the bat horse. You can't be riding it when you do this, so you'll need to be careful. If you're not in creative mode like I was, you'll probably won't have to be on some type of platform or mountain for it to work. Give your Pegasus an Essence of Darkness, and it will turn into a Dark Pegasus, which It's a little bit slower than the regular Pegasus, but looks awesome and comes with the benefit of being able to hold a chest. When higher tier horses are killed, they may transform into ghosts, which are capable of gliding and, in the case of the Pegasus, can fly. What's pretty interesting is you can actually see through the water due to the transparency of their wings. So if there were any kind of valuables at the bottom, you'd be able to see them very easily like this. And then lastly, if you breed a Pegasus or Dark Pegasus with a unicorn, you'll eventually get what's known as a fairy horse. Once the fairy horse is old enough, you're able to dye it, and it will have all of the benefits of the Pegasus. In addition to that, it can fly fast, and it has room for storage while also being able to ram into creepers and other mobs, much like the unicorn could. It looks pretty awesome, if you ask me. So now that we have horses taken care of, let's look at maggots. They're simple ground mobs, but I really like the way that they move when they get hit. The amount of motion in that is just so pleasing to look at. Manta rays are medium-sized water mobs that can be tamed. You can do it the old-fashioned way by trying to hop on, which is actually working halfway decently now, although if I was in survival I might end up drowning from this. Or, to speed things up, you can catch one with a fishing net, and then it'll be tamed. You don't appear to be able to steer it, but it won't despawn, which is probably what you most want out of that. Just the fact that you can ride these guys in general is pretty crazy, since they are not particularly large mobs. Moles are pretty cute. When you approach one, it will burrow into the ground and avoid most forms of damage, even if you use a powerful sword. They will peek out once they think that you've left. Mice can be picked up by hand and thrown around. They also are able to scale walls. I remember that in the past they would commonly end up dying by trying to climb up a wall and then falling to their death, but that isn't the case anymore as they no longer take fall damage. Snails are incredibly slow animals that will hide as soon as they see the player, or any mob for that matter. Some have shells while others do not. The shells don't really seem to protect them too much, though. Turkeys can be tamed with melon seeds and bred with pumpkin seeds. They fall at a slightly slower speed than most mobs, however that won't prevent them from taking fall damage. Turtles are among my favorites in this mod. I've never understood why, but for whatever reason, when they take damage, it makes almost an anvil-esque noise. It makes zero sense, but I dig it. By throwing either sugarcane or melon slices at the turtle, you can tame it. You can carry it on your head, and it will follow you places. There's actually a funny Easter egg where if you give the turtle a name of a Renaissance artist, it'll actually have a mask and weapons. However, that doesn't seem to be working in this version of the mod. So now let's get into the neutral mobs. Bears are among the oldest entities in the Mo Creatures mod. You've got black bears, grizzly bears, panda bears, and polar bears. The black and grizzly bears are neutral mobs, whereas the panda is passive, and the polar bears are always hostile. To tame one of them, you need to give a cub a piece of raw meat. Once that happens, it'll be your pet. You can make it sit or stand using the whip, and it will follow you. Even though it isn't too great at doing so. When the bear is an adult, you'll be able to ride it and give it a chest to store items. Bees are insect mobs, similar to dragonflies and roaches. The key difference is that they will attack when provoked, although in this case they don't really seem to care. Not sure the AI seems kinda broken, unless it's just because I'm not on hard mode. The big cats are among the most iconic creatures in the mod. They are hunters and do quite a bit of damage. To tame one, you need to drop meat near one of the cubs. After that, right-click it with a medallion, and it's yours. Similar to bears, they can be saddled and given chests for storage once they're old enough. The big cats are quite a bit faster, though. You can breed the big cats, creating several crossbreeds such as ligers and lithers, the ligers being the largest of them all. Boars behave similarly to pigs, but the key difference is that they will fight back. Uh-oh. They drop cooked meat and leather, so it is very much within your best interests to kill them. Crabs will spawn on beaches and can survive both on water and land. They can be tamed by catching them with a fishing net, although they don't do much. They do look quite pretty, though. Crocodiles are decently strong creatures that will attack when provoked. They used to have this really cool move where they would chomp on their prey and drag it to the water. It looked so cool, especially when it would latch onto a much larger mob, but unfortunately they removed that years ago. Dolphins are aquatic mobs that do quite a bit more than your standard vanilla ones. Taming them is similar to taming a horse, where you have to try and keep mounting them and hope that they don't kick you off. The process can take a good while, and the rarer the dolphin is, the more attempts it's going to take before they'll finally be tamed. Now that he's tamed, I can ride this dolphin. They seem to be a bit buggy in the Nostalgia edition, since they aren't seemingly able to swim upwards. They can swim downwards extremely fast, but I don't see any way to navigate to the surface without just letting them do it on their own. Elephants are the largest animals in the Mo Creatures mod. African and Asian elephants will spawn in most biomes, whereas mammoths will spawn in colder biomes. They have a lot of health and do quite a bit of damage, so there isn't much point in killing them. To tame one, you need to feed a baby several sugar lumps, which are created with 4 sugar. Ents can be found in forests, where they will occasionally spawn plants and mushrooms around them. They're invulnerable to most means of damage and can only be harmed with an axe. They're very strong, so I wouldn't fight them unless you know what you're doing. And as you can see, I myself do not know what I'm doing. The fox is a hunter-type mob that will attack chickens and other small animals. They can be tamed with raw turkey. Goats can spawn as male, female, or kids. You can milk the female goats just fine, but if you try it on the male goats, then look out. They will attack you. Male goats in general are pretty violent, as they will frequently lock horns with one another. They can be tamed with any food item. While jellyfish are not inherently aggressive, getting too close to one will result in being poisoned. If you want to get close to one of them without the poison, you need to catch one in a fishing net and then release it, which will tame it. That way you're free to be as close as you want to one of these guys without having to deal with being harmed. Kitties are among the most memorable features in the Mo Creatures mod. You can tame one by tossing a cooked fish near it. Hey, why aren't you taking it, man? Okay, there, see? So, once he eats the cooked fish, you can give him a medallion, and he's tamed. It certainly does take a lot to care for these little guys. You can carry them on your neck like this, which looks absolutely amazing. So as you can see, he's happy right now, but soon enough he's going to want food. So what you have to do is you need to create a kitty bed, which will go here, and then put some pet food in it. You'll also eventually want a litter box for him to take care of his bathroom habits. See, once he finishes eating, he'll move on to do his business in the litter box. If you don't meet their demands, or you hit them by mistake, they will start attacking you. Once they are fully grown, there are several things that you can do with a tamed elephant or mammoth. To ride them, you need more than just a saddle. You'll need an elephant harness. It seems like it's a bit buggy because even though I'm clicking on him, it doesn't really work. I can occasionally get something, but then, as you can see, it's really buggy. I'm not sure what the deal is with that. You can also add tusks and an elephant chest to it, which give you a good amount of storage space, and what the tusks would do if the riding part wasn't messed up is that they would allow the elephant or mammoth to break blocks in its path, which is pretty cool. Komodo dragons are quite powerful mobs that will poison you if you get too close. To tame one, what you need to do is get a Komodo dragon egg and wait for it to hatch. Once it hatches, you'll have your own pet. Manticores are similar to big cats, but come with the added abilities of flight and a venomous sting. There are several colors of them. Additionally, the blue manticore will apply slowness. Similar to Komodo dragons, you need to hatch an egg in order to tame one of these guys. There are 3 types of ogres in Mo creatures. The regular green ones will spawn in the overworld at night. The blue ones will spawn in caves mostly, and are more destructive than their regular counterparts, and have quite a bit more durability too, I should add. Then the fire ones spawn in the nether, and as you might be able to guess, light up the area. They're all pretty destructive and do a lot of damage. It's possible for them to spawn with 2 heads, although this doesn't affect how they operate. It just looks really cool. The ostrich is a mob that wanders around and can be either male, female, or albino. The females and baby ostriches are passive, but the males will retaliate when attacked. They're tamed by hatching eggs. When grown, they can be given different essences for an effect similar to that of the horses. Raccoons are very basic neutral mobs. They're very weak and can be tamed with any food item. Rats are perfectly chill during the day, but at night they will become aggressive and attack the player. They're pretty big, but that's nothing compared to the hell rats. These behemoths, which only spawn in the nether, are ridiculously strong for rodents and light you on fire. Several types of scorpion can spawn in the overworld. Their aggression is similar to rats in that they're neutral during the day and hostile at night. Each scorpion has its own negative effect it gives. Dirt scorpions give poison. Cave scorpions give nausea. Frost scorpions give slowness. And nether scorpions light the player on fire. To tame them, you need to kill a scorpion that's got babies attached to it. Then when you pick one up, it'll be tamed. Once it grows up, you can ride it. Sharks are very dangerous aquatic mobs that will attack squids and players within range. I remember in the past that these guys were a nightmare to deal with. The moment you would get in the water, the sharks would all just charge at you, dealing lots of damage. You can tame them by hatching an egg. Fun fact, actually. Being able to tame the sharks in this mod, which is a feature originating from the very early versions, was actually inspired by Despicable Me. Snakes in this mod come in several shapes and sizes. Some of them are passive, but the others will jump at the chance to attack you. They are tamed by hatching eggs. Stingrays are neutral water mobs that will poison you if you try to get too close. By using a fishing net, you can tame the stingray, and you can then ride one. You don't have to worry about poison, although much like the manta rays, you're not able to control these guys at all. And yeah, you're definitely gonna drown if you stay on one too long. Werewolves start off as perfectly friendly humans. Even if you attack one of them... Wait, is he attacking me? Well, he's gonna try to attack me, I guess, but he honestly doesn't seem to care if I hurt him. And I must add, these voice lines are amazing. At night, they will transform, turning into very powerful beasts. Normally, they're highly resistant to conventional attacks, requiring silver to take them down easily, although in this version of the mod, you can just use a regular diamond or netherite sword to kill them quickly. There used to be an incredible bug that I wish was still in the mod, where when a werewolf got on ice, it would slide so fast that it would practically depart from its plane of existence. They can drop gold, emeralds, and even golden apples while in this state. The real moral dilemma, though, is, should you kill them? This is just an innocent human, cursed by powers beyond their own comprehension. Do they really deserve to die? Who are we to cast our judgment upon them? You ask me, if they're going to give me emeralds, then hey, I don't care, I'm going to take that opportunity. Wild wolves are much more aggressive than the vanilla Minecraft wolf. They're also a lot scarier, making some really creepy noises and having pretty disturbing faces. They'll attack at night or in dark areas. Wyverns are found in a special dimension and are very powerful. They have up to 40 hearts of health and can do up to 8.5 hearts of damage in addition to poison. Just look how many hits it's taking to kill one with a netherite sword. To tame them, you'll need to hatch an egg and wait for it to grow up. So now let's look at some of the downright nasty, hostile mobs. The first is the horse mob, which can take on the appearance of either a zombie, skeleton, bat, or in the nether, nightmare horse. They will often have hostile mobs riding them. Silver skeletons are probably about what you'd expect them to be. They're skeletal mobs covered with silver. They can move really fast, actually, a bit faster than the player is able to walk, and do a pretty large amount of damage, and have a decent amount of health. On death, they may drop their swords. Wraiths are mobs that spawn at night and will chase the player. They hover, which makes it a bit more difficult to get them off your tail. There are also flame wraiths, which are a bit stronger, and will light you on fire if they manage to hit you. These ones spawn exclusively in the nether dimension. Mini golems are these cute little guys who will attack you by throwing blocks, sometimes not even actual blocks, and just transparent partial ones like tall grass. They're not too difficult to deal with, but they're pretty cool. It's their papa who you'll have to worry about. Last, but certainly not least, is the big golem, who is a boss-type entity. It will start out as a small formation of metal, but will gradually absorb its surroundings. This is really cool, since it'll incorporate the surrounding blocks into its appearance. And yes, these blocks will damage you if you're in the way. When the big golem has finally formed, it will have a golden glow to it. It'll attack by throwing blocks at you while reshaping itself. It can also use a melee attack if you get too close. You'll want to hit its central core, since that's where it actually takes damage. When it glows more of a red color, that means that the big golem is more aggressive. And now, once it's glowing blue, you better get back because it's about to self-destruct. And he leaves behind a block of iron, which is pretty good. A very fun mini-boss, to say the least. And with that, we've covered all of the mobs. There are several items that I didn't cover, but they're mostly just food and weapons, so it's pretty self-explanatory what exactly they do. As you can see, this is a huge mod, and while there are some bugs on the current version, it's still a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed this mod showcase. Let me know in the comments what mod you'd like to see me tackle next. Thanks for watching. Keep on rockin'.